Our hot housing market is pricing out first-time home buyers. Coming up, what to know to make sure you're ready for that mortgage.
Plus, triple-digit temperatures are heating up our state. The steps some are taking to provide relief to our most vulnerable residents.
And on Break It Down, an effort to increase the numbers of Black women in STEM careers.
Cronkite News starts now.
Good evening and welcome to Cronkite News on Arizona PBS. I'm Emily Carmen.
And I'm Rob Winder. Thank you for joining us. As Arizona faces a housing shortage, younger generations across the state are having a tough time finding affordable homes. Cronkite News reporter Peyton Watts sits down with housing experts to explain how the market is affecting young people.
But, you know, the Metro Phoenix marketplace is going to continue, I think, to see significant economic expansion, and that means significant population growth.
There's currently a shortage in Arizona's housing market. As demand increases for housing around the state, supply of homes decreases exponentially. This makes it harder for younger generations to find affordable housing.
I think the biggest single issue we have is affordability and attainability, because everybody's got to live someplace. And when you no longer have a place that you can afford, now you end up with larger homelessness problems.
With affordability rates so low, Pew Research Center reported 52% of young adults were living with their parents last July. It's the first time we've seen these numbers since the Great Depression.
People aspire to be a homeowner. Don't be discouraged. The more educated you get around the home buying process and around the mortgage process, the more comfortable and prepared you're going to be to potentially be a homeowner. So I always just say information is power. Get informed, find the opportunities that are out there in terms of different forms of assistance for you to become a homeowner.
Capfidze then went on to list good tactics future homebuyers can use when house hunting, such as getting educated about types of mortgages, increasing your credit score, saving money for down payments, and making sure you don't miss bill payments. In Phoenix, Arizona, Peyton Watts, Cronkite News.
According to a study done by LendingTree, Phoenix was ranked the sixth most popular city among Gen Z homebuyers.
A federal judge was scheduled to hear arguments today on whether Maricopa County Sheriff Paul Penzone should face charges for contempt of court in a racial profiling case. Like former Sheriff Joe Arpaio, lawmakers are arguing Chef Penzone should face a civil contempt hearing for not complying with a court-ordered overhaul of the Internal Affairs Department. The same lawyers who filed suit against Sheriff Joe Arpaio are bringing the arguments to the court today. The sheriff's office has a backlog of 1,800 internal affairs cases. Those cases take an average of 500 days to complete. Penzone says he is working to change the system to reduce the backlog by about 40%.
A cyber attack on one of the world's largest meat processing companies could create a strain on food supply. JBS, which has a factory in Tucson, Arizona, says it has resumed production at all of its plants today after being the target of some ransomware. Even though meat prices were already on the rise, this won't help the problem. Officials from the Department of Agriculture say the price of beef could go up 1% to 2% by the end of the year, with poultry and pork facing similar price increases. White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki says the number of ransom attacks is growing.
Obviously, ransomware attacks, we've seen them increase over a period of time. It's an increasing threat to the private sector and to our critical infrastructure. And there are other countries, many of whom we will see when the president is in Europe, who have similar concerns. So we expect this to be an issue of discussion.
It is uncertain if the ransomware attacks will directly contribute to a rise in consumer prices. But some experts say these attacks are preventable with proper cyber protection.
Food delivery services in Arizona have settled a racial discrimination legal dispute with the state attorney. Delivery giants Uber Eats, Postmates, and DoorDash agreed to stop waiving delivery fees for Black-owned businesses in the state. The promotions began in the wake of the murder of George Floyd last year as the services tried to support Black-owned businesses. Attorney General Mark Brnovich filed complaints against the companies last November. In a press release, Brnovich said in part, quote, altering the price of goods or services based on race is illegal, end quote. He said that was the case even though the delivery services have had the best of intentions. The companies acknowledge no wrongdoing and say they will continue doing what they can to help those businesses.
Coming up on Cronkite News, we'll take a look at how cities are taking steps to help beat the heat. We'll tell you about some safeguards being used to help vulnerable populations as the temperatures rise.
And later, how this former Arizona high school standout is kicking her way to a bright future. We'll have her story.
This month in Passport, your on-demand library of the best of PBS.
Everyone has secrets. Are you protecting someone?
I have no choice.
You do have a choice. You're looking at him.
That's amazing. We could be standing on top of a T-Rex right now.
Women demanded new space and pushed the boundaries of what being a lady means.
These and other shows are available with Passport. Become a member of this PBS station. Sign in and start streaming today.
Cronkite News provides students at ASU's Walter Cronkite School of Journalism with the opportunity to gain real-world experience in the newsroom. At Cronkite News, our students produce professional content for audiences by taking on all roles, whether they be reporting, anchoring, producing, or studio production. Each department gives students first-hand professional newsroom experience. For more information, visit cronkitenews.azpbs.org.
Hey, I'm Rick Steves. You know, I don't go anywhere without my passport. And now, thanks to PBS Passport, you can travel with me and watch all 10 seasons of Rick Steves Europe and all my travel specials. This exclusive streaming service is just for our members. Not only can you see all my shows, but you can see thousands of hours of your favorite public television shows. Become a member today and get your passport.
Arizona hit the triple digits for the first time this week, and it's only getting hotter from here. Unfortunately, not everyone has the means to properly protect and care for themselves during these harsh summer months. Reporter Isabella Fredrickson shows us how the city of Glendale is taking extra steps to provide relief for the most vulnerable.
When the temperature hits triple digits, a simple bottle of water could be the difference between life and death.
Here in Arizona, the number one cause of death is usually due to the severe heat that takes place here. And so we just try to be a safe haven for people to come to receive that kind of support so they can recuperate and go on to their next journey.
Lieutenant Perfecta Whedon of the Glendale Salvation Army hopes that people in need make a pit stop on their journey at one of the many heat relief stations located around Glendale, including the Glendale Cemetery, all 4 Glendale public libraries, and many city buildings.
Whenever there is a heat advisory that we receive from the National Weather Service, we activate our heat relief stations, and it's at these stations where on those days from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. we open our doors.
Last year, Maricopa County reported the highest number of heat-related deaths in recorded history. According to Maricopa County Public Health, 323 deaths related to heat occurred in 2020. And Arizona's record heat is just as deadly for our furry friends.
At these heat relief stations, we also are allowed people that may have dogs with them. As long as they have a leash on, we allow them to come inside to be able to cool off with their owners as well.
Not only does the Salvation Army provide water for those in need, but many other resources.
We also provide sunblock, hand sanitizer, face mask if people are needing those, and sometimes it might just be a small bite to eat.
Whedon understands that sometimes people need more than necessities.
But we try to serve the whole person, whether it be mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually. We even take the time to pray with them if that's what's needed as well.
In Glendale, Isabella Fredrickson, Cronkite News.
The City of Glendale offers other heat-related resources, including emergency home repair and utility assistance. You can find all of these resources on the heat relief map provided by the Maricopa Association of Governments website. So will those heat relief stations be activated this weekend? Let's go to Tina Giuliano to see what the forecast looks like. Tina?
Yeah, it's pretty hot here in Arizona, hitting those triple digits, but especially we are not alone. Look at Bakersfield, 103. Las Vegas is the same as us in Phoenix, 108. And even up in Colorado, we have Grand Junction at 97. So these are some pretty warm temperatures. That 112 over in Bullhead City, that is a very, very hot temperature over there. And even in Phoenix, 108, even in Page, 101. So we are seeing those really, really hot temperatures. And what that means is to drink water and to hydrate, and repeated application of that sunscreen. Sunburn time is about 45 minutes. So definitely make sure you're staying hydrated, but that sun will be getting a break from that sun, because by 10 p.m. we'll be seeing 94 degrees with a little bit of clouds. Throughout the next couple of days, though, that temperature, those 3-digit temperatures, will be climbing. Saturday at 108, Sunday at 105, and throughout the rest of the week, starting that work week off at 103 with a little bit of clouds, but those will be in the triple digits throughout the rest of the week. So in the Weather Center, Tina Giuliano, Cronkite News.
June is Pride Month across the United States, a time to honor and celebrate everyone who identifies as gay, bisexual, transgender, questioning, and non-binary people. June 28th marks the anniversary of the day New York police raided the Stonewall Inn Club in 1969. That triggered protests that gave birth to the Modern Pride movement. Parades and celebrations spread across the nation and eventually began to encompass the entire month of June, though some cities celebrate Pride at other times during the year. Bill Clinton became the first president to recognize Pride Month in 1999.
NASA wants to take a closer look at the solar system's hottest planet. The space agency will chart 2 new missions to Venus as part of its Discovery program. NASA says Venus may have been the first habitable planet in the solar system, but now it is an inferno-like world. The agency wants to find out why. Its first mission will work to understand the planet's atmosphere and try to discover if it ever had an ocean. The second mission will map the planet's surface and try to determine why it developed so differently than Earth. Both missions are expected to launch between 2028 and 2030.
After the break, we'll have the story of Kelsey Turnbow, a former high school soccer standout who's getting national attention. Stick around.
Ready to watch the best of PBS anytime, anywhere, on nearly any device? It's easy with the free PBS Video app. Simply download the PBS Video app on your mobile or streaming device. Now you can watch the latest PBS episodes or catch up on the shows you missed. Discover new favorites from PBS and local content from your PBS station.
Cronkite News provides students at ASU's Walter Cronkite School of Journalism with the opportunity to gain real-world experience in the newsroom. At Cronkite News, our students produce professional content for audiences by taking on all roles, whether they be reporting, anchoring, producing, or studio production. Each department gives students first-hand professional newsroom experience. For more information, visit cronkitenews.azpbs.org.
Here we go, lights up. Whoa.
As artists, we conduct our educations in public. You can never know whether it's going to be a success. One just has to risk it.
It's you and the work and the place. It's a very particular relationship.
Here's our lens. Tell us what you think.
Friday night at 9 on Arizona PBS.
Tonight could be the night the Suns defeat the Lakers to move on to the second round of the NBA playoffs. But there's some drama surrounding star Chris Paul, who may decline his $44 million player option, hoping for a 3-year deal in the $100 million range. Tonight, the Suns head to the Lakers' home turf, and LeBron James will have something to prove after the 30-point loss in Game 5. Suns top scorer Devin Booker says he's been studying the games and feels like the team is giving him the confidence to hit those baskets. Tip-off is tonight at 7:30 p.m.
A local soccer player wins a collegiate national championship and is a fast-rising star in the sport. I caught up with the Scottsdale standout as she celebrates her team's victory and contemplates her future in professional soccer. Kelsey Turnbow used to dominate the high school soccer fields of Arizona. Now, the Santa Clara senior has earned the title of national champion.
In the moment that we won the championship, I was just filled with gratitude and joy.
Turnbow led the Broncos to the NCAA title by scoring the game-tying goal and a penalty kick.
We were behind the whole game. Didn't look like we were ever going to win. And Kelsey puts us back in the game with just an incredible goal.
Turnbow has had many successes throughout her collegiate career, including the national championship. She partly contributes this success to her time here in Arizona.
The Arizona soccer scene is awesome there. Some of my best soccer memories is in Arizona.
At Pinnacle High School, Turnbow scored 36 goals during her junior season and was named Arizona Gatorade Player of the Year.
I was just blown away by her, soccer resume, if you will, and was just floored to even be fortunate to have someone, pick our high school.
Turnbow also played for the club SC Del Sol under coach Les Armstrong. He encouraged Turnbow to re-enter the youth national team system while she was playing in Arizona. This inspired her dream to one day play for Team USA.
To be on that one team that represents the entire nation would be absolutely incredible.
I said to her, I've seen all the players. Trust me, Kelsey, you're not only good enough to play, but you're going to be a very big star one day. And I still believe that.
Turnbow will be playing a 5th season at Santa Clara before she pursues a career in professional soccer. She was drafted by the Chicago Reds earlier this year.
That's it for Cronkite News tonight. Thanks for joining us.
For top Arizona stories anytime, go to cronkitenews.azpbs.org.